Hi there, I am Violeta with Notice That Therapy. I'm right now in the beautiful therapy co working space called the Practice Collective, based in Metro Detroit and Southfield, Michigan. And I just wanted to do a really quick um, video today. A little bit of psychoeducation, a little bit of community education on the big D word that so many of us like to avoid, and that D word is depression, right? And so many people think about depression as like sadness. They think about it as, you know, crying out of nowhere. And while pervasive sadness and spontaneous tearfulness can definitely be a part of the symptoms we're looking for with depression, I also want to talk about the ways that depression shows up that aren't necessarily easy to recognize in real time. Most of the clients I see have a difficult time sorting out, like, when am I just kind of moody and having a bad day, because we all get moody and have bad days, and when am I actually suffering in ways that get in the middle of my life. And when I say get in the middle of my life, it's getting in the middle of my relationships. My mood is negatively impacting my ability to get out of bed. My mood just makes me feel like I don't want to do anything. I feel really unmotivated and I can't explain it. I've gotten rest, I've eaten, and I still don't want to do whatever it is I need to do, whatever commitment I need to do. I've had coffee, I've done all the things a person can do to get ready for their day, and I just can't get going. So we want to look for things that get in the middle of your commitments. Things that might get in the middle of your relationship negatively, right? Relationship can be romantic, it can be with friends, it can be with family members, it doesn't matter, it can be with strangers, right? Sometimes depression can show up as irritability, and some people just think you're being like really stank, for example. And maybe, right, we sometimes have those days when that happens and somebody really deserves to get a bit, extra heat from us. But if you notice that it's happening more often than usual, if you notice that irritability is being commented on by people that you otherwise trust, like you trust their integrity, you trust their word, you trust their observation, you trust their discernment, you trust their ability to be there for you and to support you, and they're like, wow, you're showing up really differently and I don't know what to do about it. I'm not sure if I want to spend time with you. I'm not sure how to connect with you. Like, I'm trying, but it's not working. You might want to reach out to a professional and just talk, right? Just talk and unpack whether you are actually being irritable in a way that's disrupting your life, your relationships, your parenting, your work commitments, your day-to-day goals, your daily living. So brushing your teeth, taking a shower, these things that are fairly simple can feel very, very difficult to want to do. So we're looking for things like that, and I like to say in real time. That's one of the measures for growth I look for in my clients, and then I try to coach them on looking for it in themselves, right? So can I recognize, has my insight increased in a way that allows me to see these symptoms show up in real time? Another symptom that I think we don't talk about related to depression, because it kind of feels like a taboo, but it's when your libido is just not like, you just can't get in the mood, right? A different type of mood. Like, you just can't get in the mood in the way that you typically would when you're having intimate experiences with the people you hold dear, right? Like, you're not able to engage in sex the way you typically would. You just kind of push. I'm okay. Like, no, I don't really feel like it. Look for those key words and those key phrases. Oh, I just don't feel like it. It sounds very benign. it sounds like not a big deal. I just don't feel like it. I'm allowed not to feel like it, and we are, right? Right? And we are allowed to not feel like doing things that we don't want to do. And so when we're not talking about like abuse, we're not talking about gaslighting, we're not talking about sexual violence, we're talking about someone's agency that they understand they have choicefulness in. Let me be very clear. So you just can't get into it, and more time has passed than usual, right? And so in instances like that, you can pick up the phone, you can reach out to a professional in your area, and just say, hey, I think I'm seeing some things, right? Just, hey, I think I'm noticing something. Hey, the people in my life who really trust me and love me and I know that they support me, they're commenting on some things. I need some help to see, like, what am I actually working with? At this time, they're probably going to give you a screener. Maybe that's a PHQ-9 screener. There are lots of different depression screeners. They're going to want to know, how long have these symptoms been going on? Like, is it just a couple days? Has it been almost every day for 2 weeks? Like, what are we actually looking at before we know whether it's something that needs to be treated or maybe it's circumstantial? And even if it's circumstantial, it may need to be treated for that time that you're in the circumstance that feels really hard. So some people that I've worked with have noticed that their depression has reduced when leaving a really toxic workplace. Some people's depressed mood is due to grief, mourning, and bereavement. And so you'll work with a professional to see, what do I need right now? What does support look like? Are there any holistic options? Are there pharmaceutical options unique to you and your path, unique to you and your wellness, unique to you and your symptoms? You'll work with someone to figure out what you need. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you take away from this video the importance of being able to recognize in real time when something is going on with you, right? And being able to foster the curiosity to reach out to someone, to companion you as you explore whether depression is something that you need to work through or not. If you are in the Michigan area and you are interested in services with me, you can find more information about me on www.violeta-emdr.com. That's www.violeta-emdr.com. Take care.